Hi Aries, I am the Awakened Dreamer, and I'm here to give you your weekly tarot reading for the week of January 11th to the 17th, 2021. And I do want to, of course, take this moment to remind you, as always, to head on down below and do like this video and leave me a comment. I want to hear all about your situation. And if you haven't yet, do remember to hit that subscribe button for me, as well as that little notification bell. Now, I meditated on your energy overall for the week, and the message that came through was time to plan. Time to plan. And it is a good reminder that this is a general reading for the sign of Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus if love comes into play. So take what resonates and do leave what doesn't for somebody else. And if you're new to the channel, I do take jumper or flyer cards when I shuffle, as well as when guided from the bottom and top of the deck. Just good to be aware of. One more shuffle. All right, Spirit, what do we have to begin this weekly read for our lovely Aries? The 11th to the 17th, 2021. Keep them coming. Maybe have another message or two. Or several. Okay, let's see what we have here. All right, so between worlds and orphaned, you may feel a bit lonely due to certain circumstances or changes recently, Aries. But as you sort of step out of this way of feeling, you're realizing this week, realizing you're in between sort of maybe a stress-filled past and a more colorful future, or maybe struggle-filled past and a more successful future. However it's going to go for you, it just feels like things are changing for the better. And we have chaos and conflict and message in a bottle. And with the overall message of time to plan, my friend, it feels like you're sort of maybe conflicted, or there's some conflict with you and another individual or within a situation in regards to the plans or the switches in adjustments you're trying to make within your life moving forward. You know, planning for the future, of course. And in comes a message, and I feel like maybe from a soul connection or somebody you do care about that's very opinionated, and that can leave some chaos and conflict once again, which may leave you kind of wanting to plan moving forward on the down low, quite secretive. I mean, understandable given the conflict and chaos that it is seeming to add to your life when you do share with other people, excuse me, as I lose my voice. And then we have all that glitters. We'll do this one first. They're reminding you, my friend, that when you plan for the future, when you sort of encounter these options and offers that are quite enticing, remember, not all that glitters is gold. Not all that seems shiny and wonderful will end up being that way in the future. So think about your options and choices very thoroughly while doing this planning and moving forward. And then we have the Fates and To Be Fair. It feels like you're trying to sort of bring a sense of justice or balance or fairness back into your life in one way, shape, or form if it feels like things have been a struggle. And they're reminding you you're destined to succeed in whatever you do take on or continue to tackle, whatever changes you decide to make moving forward as you plan. So don't stress. And so that was a hefty start. Let's do some shuffling so we can pull 7 tarot cards, one for each day of the upcoming week. And one shuffled down. The second shuffle. All righty, Spirit. What do we have for our lovely Aries to continue this weekly read? The 11th to the 17th of January. Keep them coming for Aries for this upcoming week. We're going to pull the last one right from the top of the deck. All right, so we're starting off on Monday with the Two of Wands. Oh, and we have the Eight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. I do feel like you will find yourself staying up late at certain days this week, certain nights this week, in order to continue to plan for your future or for certain adjustments, or maybe just to work on a project or a business that you're passionate about. So Two of Wands for Monday. So Monday feels like a day where you are planning, of course, maybe for some travel, for some adjustments, to say the least, longing for maybe a different kind of future, comparing it to your past, very reflective. And being side by side with the Fates card, you know, as you do some planning on this to start the week off, Spirit and the Universe will remind you kind of how fated it is for you to be successful, sort of a reminder of your purpose and your destiny in this lifetime. Wow, it's a powerful start to the week. And we're moving on to the Page of Wands. So Tuesday rolls around and it feels like you do wake up with a bit of anxiety or a bit of stress. Somebody or something or a situation may be adding to it, even if you did wake up with that sense of uneasiness from the beginning of the day. It does feel like it will fade as the day goes on, but just don't let it get the best of you. Don't let it get you into a mental funk, if you will. And then we have the Knight of Wands. So moving on to Wednesday, I do feel like you'll be feeling a bit more passionate. It's like you kind of took that leftover, maybe anxious, uneasy energy and turned it into kind of excited, driven passion, which is beautiful. Where Spirit and the Universe may do something between Tuesday and Wednesday to kind of take you out of that and bring you back to the Aries, the fiery, passionate you that is needed at this time. And we're moving on to the Empress card. And it feels like at this point you get back to being very passionate and maybe a bit more optimistic about your plans for the future. And it leads to Thursday, where you have all of these creative ideas, feeling like you're getting ready to give birth to a new life for yourself, or at least new sections of your life. At the very least, giving birth to a new chapter where things aren't going to be as stressful. And we're moving on to the Nine of Pentacles. So Friday rolls around and you are deciding, it's like a great transition going through the week. You decide, you know, I'm going to reach for this independence. I'm going to reach for this financial comfort. I'm going to reach for whatever financial goals, you know, that you've set in place maybe recently. Potentially setting new ones as well. Getting ready for the exciting future you do have ahead of you. Sort of starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Knowing, being aligned with the Two of Wands, knowing that in the beginning of the week, it's great for you to plan. It's great for you to kind of long for more and a different kind of life if that's what you want. But at the same time, you're kind of getting that you can't just plan for it. You can't just long for it. You got to reach for it as well. And all that glitters is next to it. And they're saying when you're reaching for that financial comfort, it can kind of get you into maybe a slightly greedy mindset, I want to say. So just be careful. Don't let it get to your head and accept or take on something that may not be to your best interest at the end of the day. Excuse any noise in the background. And we have the Nine of Cups to move right along. And so you move on to Saturday, and it's like you're starting to understand that everything's going to work out, you know, as you continue to plan and reach for that independence and success. It just makes you kind of want to jump out of bed and continue all this planning, continue all this reaching, if you will. All of this hard work, but worth it. And it's a great transition being aligned with the Page of Wands, where you go from that anxious energy in the beginning of the week to more just kind of excited, but still energetic and very much alive. Not as blah if things have felt blah recently. Four of Pentacles to finish off the week. So on Sunday, you very much are focused on your finances, thinking about, what do I have to save in order to achieve these goals? What do I have to save in order to officially start this fresh start or new beginning? Being like the Nine of Wands, you're thinking about your finances and your financial goals in regards to what you're passionate about, and how that all ties together and how it's all going to lead you to this success you desire at the end of the day. Your own form of success. Let's finish this off by pulling a couple of messages from the Find Your Happy deck for our lovely Aries to wrap up this weekly read. Ooh, that is a lot. We're just going to go with those. I listen to my feelings. Yeah. Make sure you're listening to how you feel about certain choices and decisions you're making moving forward. And as well, if there are people, places, and situations making you extra anxious, listen to it. It's your body, it's spirit, the universe trying to communicate something with you. There is something to be learned. And speaking of which, I learned the way on the way. So I feel like you have to have it all figured out right now. Nobody does, Aries. And as you go along this week, as you continue on your journey, you'll figure it out as you go along, you know, side by side with your guides, with spirit. And then we have, there are no wrong decisions. I grow from all my choices. Yep, absolutely. So as you plan and change your world for the better, remember that your decisions are the right one, as long as you're passionate about them and it feels good at the end of the day. All right, Aries, so with that said and done, I hope this reading was truly helpful. Don't forget to, as always, like this video, leave me a comment, and subscribe if you haven't yet. I hope you have the most amazing week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.